Well, I'm driving back to Mom's house right now, and I don't usually like record myself unless I'm being goofy or just like messing around. Don't really ever plan on 9 times out of 10 when I record myself, it's like, oh, I don't really plan on anybody watching it, and if they do see it, I don't really care. So I guess my point is this one I actually plan on people watching. This will be the first one, and I don't know how many more there will be after this, or if there will even be any more after this one video. I don't know. It's all up to God. So I've chewed tobacco for a really long time, and well, 5 years now or something like that, and it's been very hard to quit, but I've known I've needed to for quite some time now, and I just finally decided to give it up today. So I'm chewing gum, just trying to keep my mouth busy and all that, because whatever. Anyhow, but I got this. But the reason for the video right now is because I thought we'll start a diary and a sort of thing and keep track of stuff. So let's see, September 25th Mom went, I mean, don't quote me exactly, but I think it was September 25th Mom went with Mima, Grandma, on a bike run. They went to Reno, and then they spent however many days, I think it was like 2 or 3 or 4, I don't even know, anyway. And everything was fine. Mom just said her back hurt a little bit on the bike. They took the bikes up there, the Harley. And Mom and Mark, they rode together. And Mom said her back was hurting, but other than that, she was fine. She didn't have any problems. And then, like, very shortly after they got back, like within, seems like days, Mom started having a bellyache. And then, to my understanding, as I've talked to her, it just started to get unbearable, where she said she'd rather be having 5 kids at once. Like, it hurt really bad. Finally, they went in, they did the blood panels came back normal, x-ray, to my understanding, came back normal. Everything looks normal, but Mom's in this excruciating pain, and nobody knows why. And then at some point, I'm putting all the puzzle pieces together, but at some point, someone told Mom that she needs to go to the hospital. So Mark took her to the hospital, and then they got to the hospital, and my brain's just like full. My hair was hurting. Basically, they did the CT scan, and the CT thing said that she has, I guess, a mass in her chest, her lymph nodes, her pancreas, and her liver. And trust me, I know what that means. I know what the doctors are thinking. I know what the rest of the world would be thinking. I know what everybody would be. I know what you know, I understand what that means. But I also understand that, and at first like it's only been a couple days. I mean, for Pete's sakes, this is day 3 of me knowing, and we're at the end of it. It's almost 5 o'clock. So day 3 of me knowing it, and obviously the first day was like trying to wrap my head around it. The second day was also trying to wrap my head around it. Lots of questions in my head, and then also lots of questions in my head, trying to wrap my head around it. And then just being afraid, like scared for mom. Granted, there's no biopsy been done, so that's why I said this is the first video. There could be no more after this, and that would be great if there was no more after this, unless it was just us being goofy. I'd be fine and happy with that, with no more videos after this. I mean, I guess maybe one more that says, oh, okay, whatever. There would be another one, actually, because we need to know what the results are. But the biopsy's tomorrow. We'll find out 3 or 4 days from tomorrow what they find when they do the biopsy. So until then, everybody just kind of in a wait game. But so where am I at? So day 3 of me finding out. The first day was wrapping my head around it. Second day was also wrapping my head around it, but then it turned into just being scared, really, and trying to act like everything's okay for mom's sake. I don't know. There's so much to try to explain, and I'm just kind of winging it right now, because I know if I didn't make it right now, randomly, I didn't prepare any of this. I just thought came in, you should make a diary, and it's like, okay, well, do it now, because I know me, and if I don't, I'll forget. So forgive me if nothing's looks good, but who cares? It doesn't matter. That's not what it's about. I can't talk, right? Because I didn't rehearse my words or any of that. Just kind of just free. Anyhow, so basically, in a nutshell, we'll see what's going to happen. I just felt like I needed to make this video because it's kind of a testament to my faith. Because last night, day 2, the nighttime when I went to bed, I watched a video, and if I knew how to link it, I'd say, oh, I'll link the video, and maybe I can't link it. I don't know. I'll try to figure it out. But if you don't see it, then you know I can figure out how to link it. But anyhow, I watched a video, and it was a great story of a woman who was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and she was healed and perfect, like just back to, and I know God could do that, and I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. I could watch 1,000 videos looking for one feeling and never get that feeling. I watched this one video and I got it, and it was like someone special had said to me, and it made sense. She took the words right out of my mouth. I need to settle it with my spirit, and that's exactly what it was. Is last night it was settled with my spirit. It was, and I knew, okay, I was scared. Now I'm not, because I know that God, you do miracles, and I know you're the same today as you were yesterday, and you will be tomorrow. You're the same. And all the miracles that happen then can happen now, and it just doesn't matter. We're just as entitled to those miracles as they were, and He loves us just as much as He loved them. And so there's just a lot of figuring out and things to I gotta figure it all out, or I don't have to, I just need to keep the faith. But anyway, so last night was really good, and when I woke up, I just had a completely different feeling this morning than I did yesterday morning. It was just like, okay, we got this, like, we're gonna be fine, this will be fine. Doesn't matter, like, it doesn't matter what the doctor says. And I know the enemy is gonna come and try, because the seed was planted last night, and I know the enemy is gonna try to take the seed. I know that, but I'm gonna keep my seed, and I'm not gonna put a chew in my mouth. I'm gonna put gum. Keep putting gum in my mouth. I'm not gonna do that. I just thought, okay, I need to be obedient to what I know God's been telling me to do for a while, and I just, like a little kid, not been listening because I didn't want to. I didn't want to give it up. So anyhow, we're hauling a radiator back for Dad. For Mr. Peters, Daddy. So we gotta fix the Peterbilt. Fix the Peterbilt always. Darn thing. Anyhow, but grateful. Just grateful. That's all we can be. But anyhow, I'm probably just rambling on at this point. It's been 10 minutes, and maybe I kind of see why some people do this. It's kind of like, because I like to talk a lot. I try to talk to the kids all the time, but they get tired of hearing me. So, like, I'm not gonna lie, the first couple minutes it was a little awkward, but now I'm like, oh, I'm a natural. I probably could be doing this all the time. But anyhow, we'll see though. Maybe I'm just crazy right now. Anyhow, I'm on to something. You know, I know, figure it out, and I've been close with God before, and I kind of ain't supposed to take a break from God, but that's what I did. I let myself fall away from Him, and now that's why I am here, where I feel like I'm just now starting out again. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm just now, like I'm new to all this, and I'm not new to this, but I am again. I don't know. It's like, and I know it's true. God could do all kinds of works in you and have you so far along, but when you disappear from Him and you go away from Him for, you know, any length of time, things get taken from you. Like, okay, here's an example. I feel like I had this supernatural, like, I don't know what to call it. It's not something that everybody has, but I had this, like, amazing ability to understand people without them, almost to the point where it was like, it was strange, almost to the point I felt like I could understand them it was like I was being rude almost, like when they would try to speak to me about certain things. I'm not saying everything was this way and that it was always this way, but more often than not, especially when talking about like life things and just how they feel or whatever, like, you won't have to get very deep into it with me, and I guarantee you, I feel like I'm already there. Like, I already know where you're going with this right when you start, you know, like immediately after you start. So, but I feel like that's kind of lined up to where, I don't know. I'm gonna cut this because I know it's getting long and nobody wants to sit here and listen to me ramble about it. But this is a diary about my mom, and I know I'm gonna stand on my faith that God's gonna heal her. I've got some work to do to get back where I need to be with God. I took a break, and you don't take a break from God. You just don't. That's not what you do. And I heard Uncle Gerald, Kevin's uncle, say it. What was it, yesterday in the truck? Said, I can't remember verbatim the exact words, but something along the lines of, and I might even say it right now, is you pay the price for everything you do. So I'm paying the price right now for having a break from God when I shouldn't. But anyhow, so we'll see what happens. Tomorrow's biopsy, so I'm just gonna start journaling, even if it's just for myself. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just felt like I needed to journal, so that's what we're doing. So, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the biopsy, or after, whenever. Tomorrow's like